Welcome to the Explainer. Today we are going to crack open the Writer's Toolkit and really dig into the essential forms of storytelling. So, whether you've got this sprawling epic buzzing around in your head or just a single powerful moment you have to get down on paper, we're going to help you find the perfect shape for your ideas. So, let's just start with a question that I think every creative person runs into. You've got it, right? The brilliant concept. These characters that feel so real, but you're just stuck. You're thinking, is this a novel, a short story? Is it something else completely? Figuring out that structure, that's the first and honestly the most crucial step to bringing your idea to life. All right, let's kick things off with the biggest one of them all, the novel. I want you to think of it like this enormous blank canvas, just waiting for your grandest, most ambitious visions. Yeah, a novel is really all about scale. We're talking a starting point of around 40,000 words, but honestly, they often stretch way, way beyond that. It's a huge commitment, for sure. But, and this is the important part, that commitment buys you an incredible amount of creative freedom. And it's this amazing length that really lets you create true immersion. You can weave together all these complex, tangled plots. You can follow a character's journey not just for a moment, but over years, even generations. You can build a world so incredibly detailed that your reader feels like they could step right into it. It really is the perfect form for those big stories that just need room to breathe and grow. Okay, so from that huge, vast canvas, let's kind of zoom in. We're going to shift from building entire worlds to capturing these single, powerful moments. And we do that with the short story. Short stories are way more contained, obviously. But you should never mistake that brevity for simplicity. Inside this much tighter word count, you still get a complete story. A beginning, a middle, and an end. The big difference is the focus. It shifts from telling the story of an entire life to zeroing in on a single pivotal event, that one transformative moment. This table just lays out the core difference perfectly. Take a look at that goal row. A novel, it's all about immersion. It wants you to get lost in its world for hundreds and hundreds of pages. A short story, though, it's going for impact. It's designed to deliver a single, powerful punch that just stays with you long after you finished reading. All right, now let's push this idea of brevity even further. We're stepping into the world of flash and microfiction. And here, oh man, every single word counts. So, flash fiction, it's like the literary equivalent of a running start. We're talking under 1,000 words, and it often just drops you right into the middle of the action. There are no lengthy introductions, no slow setup. It's immediate, it's intense, and it has to grab you from the absolute first sentence. And the crucial point here, the absolute bottom line, is that there is zero room for waste. Every word, every comma, every single line break has to do some serious heavy lifting. It's got to advance the plot, reveal something about a character, or set the tone. It is an incredible exercise in precision. I just love this description. A great piece of flash fiction doesn't just tell you a tiny story. It implies a much, much bigger one. It gives you this electrifying little glimpse, and then it trusts you, the reader, to imagine the entire world that exists just beyond the page. Okay, let's push this to the absolute extreme with microfiction. Now we're under 100 words. The goal here isn't always to tell a complete A to B story. Sometimes it's just to spark an image, or a feeling, or a really profound thought with just a handful of perfectly chosen words. This is probably the most famous example out there. People often attribute it to Ernest Hemingway. 6 words, that's it. But think about what's in those 6 words. There's an entire lifetime of love and hope and just heartbreaking loss. It's the perfect example of the immense power of suggestion and understanding. So, wow, we've covered a lot. We've got the epic novel, the focused short story, and these ultra-brief forms of flash and microfiction. So now, the big question is, how do you choose the right one for your idea? This toolkit right here on the slide is such a great guide. Really, the key question you need to ask yourself is all about scope. Just look at that best 4 column. Are you trying to build a completely immersive world, or are you trying to capture a single intense moment? Your answer is going to point you directly to the right form. And here's the real key takeaway. Don't just stick to one form. You have to experiment. It makes you a more versatile, more powerful storyteller. For instance, writing a bunch of flash fiction will teach you the art of economy, of making every word count, which can then make your novel's prose so much sharper. Each form really does teach you something new about the craft. Which leaves us with one final, and maybe the most important question of all. You have the toolkit now. You know the possibilities. The only thing left to do is to begin. So, what story will you choose to tell?